Hello class, today we are going to learn a watercolor technique called a simple two-color wash. It is most commonly used when creating landscapes, for example like the one right here. We're going to start by preparing our brushes. For the following exercise, you will need a flat number 4 brush, a flat number 10 brush, and a round number 5 brush. To prepare our canvas, we need to tape off the sides of the working area using some thin masking tape. While you will complete this form of exercise using an entire page of your sketchbook, I'm dividing my working area into two parts. The left side is going to demonstrate the common mistakes amateur artists make, and the right side is going to demonstrate the proper process and desired result. The first step is wetting the paper. Although it's not a wet-on-wet technique, this preps our paper. The first mistake students make is flooding the paper instead of wetting it. This will ruin the texture and further layering of watercolor. The second step is brushing all of the paper with a uniform wash of low saturation. Remember to add a few drops of water into your watercolors to soften them up before you start painting. Here you can see how the excess of water from the previous step creates strange and uneven pools of color and also wrinkles your paper. Please follow what you see on the right and watch out for the mistakes on the left. Here I'm again wetting the paper, yet this time I'm using a liberal amount of water. A common mistake students make is they try to create a transition between colors by using highly saturated hues right away. They also try to blend the colors together without using a transitional shade. Remember to clean your brushes in between shades. Feel free to use any two colors you want. I'm again layering that uniform color base. Wait for it to dry. Now begin to build up your more saturated layers. Make sure to not bring it all the way to the middle, and do not go in too heavy-handed. Keep the strokes nice and even. Do not have your brush flooded. Create a transition shade by mixing the two main colors you're using. This will ensure a smooth transition and a nice blending of colors the left side is lacking. Continue to slowly build up the saturation. Wait for it to dry completely. You will know that your paper is fully dry when it loses its glossy finish that was created by the moisture. Once it's fully dry, you're ready to remove the tape. When removing your tape, keep the motions parallel to the surface of the paper. Here I can see the differences between the two sides, especially those in color transition and texture. Once you're done with this exercise, put away your sketchbook. Now clean your workspace, and get ready to incorporate the technique you just learned in an exciting etude. Take an 8x8 watercolor pad, and make sure you're working with a textured side. Tape off the sides, but this time, leave enough tape to affix it to the desk. Press the tape down to ensure your watercolor pad is stable. With a fine tip marker or a liner, create a line drawing, preferably a landscape. Make sure to leave enough room to play around with the colors of the sky. Feel free to mess around with the composition. Make this drawing your own. For my landscape, I'm only going to work with the sky. I'm going to create an illusion of a pre-sunset sky and some storm clouds. Feel free to go for any sky effect as long as it requires 2 colors. The 2 colors I'm going to use are a stormy blue-gray and a warm golden yellow. Here I'm laying my lighter yellow base color. Once my second color is added, I'm ready to add some details. I've decided to use a round brush and mix a darker color to create that rough texture of storm clouds. Now I'm building up the color layer of this sunny side. My final and optional detail is going to be adding a little bit of orange to the horizon to achieve that sunset sky look. Because my sky is relatively light and doesn't require that much saturation, I'm going to blend the 2 sides, not using a transitional shade, but a little bit of water left over on a clean brush. Once your etude is fully dry, remove the tape. And here's the final result. Here is an example of a piece that uses the same wash technique, but more than 2 colors. We'll learn how to do that next class.